Good evening. Good evening. How's it going, everybody? Well, thank you for your patience and thank you for checking back in. This is a late evening. My schedule's changed up a little bit, but I'm trying to make a point to just change the part of the day where I do the recording and make sure I do it. Now, this past week was my first week on the new schedule, so I was trying to get used to it, try to figure out when to do things. I try to split my sleep schedule to make sure I get a little more rest. So, best case scenario, I'm home 1 or 2 in the evening, and I try to get a couple hours sleep, which I am so grateful for now. I have noticed that I'm a little more aware, a little more conscious at work. I started a conversation today, all by my lonesome. And I felt like I was aware enough to maintain it for a couple seconds. And I think that's been one of the more difficult parts of not really sleeping, is that I've started to lose myself, other than, regular awareness concerns, because I don't mean to, not, I guess I'm not paying attention for chunks of time, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, I'm right here now. So it is good to get a little more sleep. I'm a little more aware. I'm starting to realize that people I've talked to on the phone, I have no idea what anything that is written down that I see, it's not that it's meaningless, it's just that I have no recollection of it. I almost feel like I've set myself up to kind of be taken advantage of, because I have not been aware of a lot of stuff, and I'm, just realizing it. So I think that whatever has just gotten it started, well, whatever I mean by that, I'm happy that I am starting to become more conscious of what's going on in my head. I can hear myself think, which is weird to say, but there was definitely a period of time where I was, second by second, I couldn't keep up with my own thoughts. That's why I couldn't start conversations, because I didn't really have much I could hold on to in my head. So I'm very grateful for even the minor changes. It's just funny because I can't say that I've gained much back yet, but I'm aware of what I've lost now. So I think it's an improvement. But the rest of the last week was good. Have a little bit going on. I'll be sure to post about in the near future. And it's a good weekend. Definitely a good weekend. I wanted to record another video today too, but just didn't have time. I could have had the time, but I went to sleep. I went to sleep pretty darn soon. I was probably asleep by 2 o'clock. Woke up about 8, so I got a good chunk of my night's rest started here. Hopefully I get to catch up on some Game of Thrones as I fall asleep here, and try to get some work done. Make sure I do everything I can. One little site I do want to pull up. Where'd you go? Yeah, there we go. It's not that it's my new favorite site, but it is one of the most interesting sites that I have pinned to my browser tabs. And oh my gosh, that's a jump rope. This is what I mean. Every time I look at the site, it's something awesome. This is for 3D printing. These are the designs. It's my understanding almost all of them, if not all of them, are free. And these are for 3D printable things. Oh, those look like they could be used by shells. But that's what I mean. You could do these things, which is amazing to me. So I just, what can't you make? Yes, funky eyewear. You can make your own 3D glasses, probably. Super users. Oh, because that looks like magic. Okay, we have to look at it. Well, it's called Thingiverse, and essentially it provides the designs for your 3D printers that you can it's my understanding most of these you can put directly onto the SD card and print as they are. You may want to check the scale, as I've been following a new video series. Well, let me just pull it up because what is this guy's name? Barnacles or Barnacles. Probably Barnacles, but he has a 3D printer and he does several videos on them. I watched one this morning about taping or using painter's tape over the work surface, or I want to say direct compounding area, the actual plexiglass where the 3D printing is done on top of. Apparently, it makes it easier to remove and to clean up your. That's an action figure. Wow, that is scary because I can. Wow, that's pretty hilarious. But that's exactly what I mean. Just keep finding more things that are just so interesting. So now, mind you, when I get my 3D printer, I will not be starting with the super users. Very likely some assembly required, and my gosh, that is just a what? Splashy. Ah, it's like a faucet. I get it. See, you can be creative with things. Talk about things. If you okay, maybe this is short marketing, but if you're into like steampunk and things like that, then you can absolutely do things like that. That was creative. Water coming out of a faucet as your actual support. Parametric big button. Ah, interesting. This is very interesting because now this has got me thinking about some of those Disney videos that I've seen where, excuse me, that's smart, where the touch power generation and stop rails for MakerBot, Mendelmax. Excuse me. Table foot wedge. Yes, so that you can balance your tables. Practical purpose, practical use. Letters in a row. Oh my gosh, this is why I'm going to get a 3D printer. Oh my gosh, I just figured it out. Oh, not necessarily have big 5 letters in a row, but I could have like wall-mounted alphabet or something like that. I mean, make my. Are you serious? Music? Technically, you definitely flutes. You could almost certainly a kazoo. Huh? You could almost certainly though make a saxophone with the right materials and ocarina. Huh? Ocarina time. Shout out. Guitars. Ooh, violin. Oh my gosh, I didn't think about that. Oh wee. Banjo, ukulele, trumpet horn. Oh gosh, this is amazing. Oh wow, panpipes, pan flute, odd sounding instruments. This is amazing. Every time I see something on 3D printing, I am shocked and amazed and just wonderfully in love with it. This is just so creative and such a great use of the time and energy that it would take to spin these things. I actually need a case for my phone, even though I just need a completely new phone with a 3D printer. Whatever new phone I get, I would go ahead and make my own case. Why not? It would look nothing like these. Were I able to, spend the time to customize it like I want. But, oh, that's name tags. Are you serious? It seems so simple, but these are all things that I would like. At least they all seem to have utility and usefulness. So, I'm not just so crazy about anything. Oh, let's 3D print a fingernail. Oh, that'd be great. No, it's not me. But all that said, it's awesome. is creative, and I think it's a great way to close it out because that's exciting and just it's a wonderful evening. And I'll be, as I said, catching up on some binge Game of Throning and just planning to have a nice evening. So thanks for coming back in. And I am working on Find My Pharmacy Friday. I just have some video editing and stuff to do. So I am trying to stay busy, even though I'm not recording. So see you soon. Thanks.